Welcome back. I'm going to make cheese today. The idea is I want to use the whey in my soap and eat the curds obviously because of the cheese. Usually whey just gets discarded. I don't think there's that many uses for the whey, but I'm going to use it in my soap because we waste nothing around here. So the first step to do is to heat our milk up a little bit, which we've got here in this pot. I'll bring you so you can see it. It's a full cream milk, like it's a grey top milk with like the most amount of the fat hopefully in it for the added flavour. And the first thing that we're going to add when it's a bit warmed up, because it's right now it's cold straight out of the fridge, so the first thing that we're going to add, that you get in there so you can actually see little bits of the cream. Oh, sorry, that's my phone camera cord. Can you see the cream there? There's little bits of cream that have risen up onto the top. That's how lovely and good this milk is. Normally we would not buy milk like that to just drink, can't speak, blah blah. But because I was making this cheese, I really wanted it to be the tastiest cheese I could make, so that's why I bought that milk. So the first thing to do is to just heat up the milk, and once we get it to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to add a quarter teaspoon of citric acid. So I'm just going to start by turning on the element to warm the milk. I'm putting the element on low. It doesn't need to be boiling the milk. We don't need to be cooking the milk. We're just warming it. And so yeah, we don't want to overdo that at all. And I've got my spatula in here because it actually has some of the cream stuck on it, and I'm just hoping that as it warms I'll be able to get all that cream to mix into the milk, because obviously we want all of that in our final cheese. So I'll just keep moving this around and warming it, and when we come back it'll be time to add the citric acid, which I have here, a little bag of it with my citric acid, and I'm just going to add, like I say, a quarter teaspoon in, and then keep heating it. And then the next stage is to add in the rennet, which I already have mixed here, is a quarter of a tablet of vegetable rennet, and I'm just going to, and I'll add that, and that's obviously what's going to make the cheese. I'm really nervous. I've never done this before. It's exciting. But I also have a little jug here ready with some cheesecloth or muslin cloth or whatever you want to call it there. So the idea is that my curds will be caught in the cloth and the whey will go through into the jug. Okie dokie. Alright, let's warm up this milk, and I'll see you guys when it's time to add the citric acid. Okay, so I've put the citric acid in. I thought the camera was recording, but it wasn't, so that was really weird though, because it still feels cold to the touch, and yet it actually was at the temperature that it said in the video.
Continue to heat until it reaches 88 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mine's already there, and yet it's not. That.
Once at temperature, I add 1/4 of a rennet tablet that has been mixed with water.
That is so weird. That didn't even get warm. Oh my god, this is so weird. Yeah, it's at 88 and yet it's not even warm. Maybe it's not supposed to be warm. I don't know what I'm doing. So because I've got like full fat milk, the fat is all sitting on the top, right? So I want to warm it to get the fat to mix in, and it says that you heat it to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which is basically room temperature, to add your citric acid. So I could have just added that straight away. So I put it on the heat expecting it to come to that temperature, and before I know it was at like 79, and I'm like, oh crap, put my finger in it and it felt cold. So I'm like, okay, keep mixing. It's now at 88, which is when I'm supposed to add the rennet, but the little bits of fat haven't dissolved into the milk yet.
Oh, so maybe you need to go up and then come back down. So maybe
that makes sense. See, it's at 90 now, and I'm starting to dissolve little bits of fat. So it's not taken far past 80.
Right.
And I reckon you were supposed to add salt in with the vegetable rennet, and I didn't do that, so I'm going to add some salt in with the vegetable rennet as well.
Right.
I don't know if that's because vegetable rennet isn't as tasty. It didn't even say how much salt. So confusing.
So weird.
It just said add some salt.
So yeah, I heard you say that.
Some.
I thought at the time. Some.
Some. So yeah. Could be a teaspoon,
Hey.
could be a cup.
Hey, how about 3 buckets?
I'm going for a cup. I mean, not a cup,
Wait,
a
wait a
teaspoon.
I need to stop talking. I don't want to.
Okay, so now my rennet and my salt is going in with my milk to hopefully make cheese. Fingers crossed, here we go. And she reckoned that like you'll see it start turning into cheese straight away. That's when you turn off the heat. And look at it, it's straight away. It's starting to go into curds. Can you see them? When I first moved it, I could see like little curds. They're only little.
Seen one.
Do you see one?
I've seen one.
He's seen one. Can you see one, camera? Let's get you right in. Can you see it, camera? Can you see it separating? Not really, because my camera's crap. Okay, so now the heat goes off. Bye-bye, heat. First thing ever done on our new oven. Cheese! Exciting. So yeah, now that the heat's off, you just let it sit. And I think, did she say 20 to 30 minutes? For all of the curds to form and everything like that. I'm going to move it off the element that's been on as well.
And allow it to sit undisturbed for
20 minutes. Cool. After 20 minutes it should look like that. It should have heaps of curds. So far I can see a few little curds in there. And definitely, like, it's more obvious now that something's happening.
Cool beans.
It looks gross. It looks like baby vomit.
Oh.
No, that's right. That's probably what we want. So, put the lid on and leave it undisturbed for 20 minutes. Get back there where you won't be disturbed. Goodbye, my pretty. See you in 20 minutes. Wish me luck. I hope this works. Okay, so it's been an hour. I know you're supposed to wait 20 minutes, but there was just other things that I had to do. So it's been a whole hour. This is what we've got now. It's like obvious curds and obvious Whey. It's exciting. So reposition your over here. And it's like one mass of curd in there. I'm just going to break it up a little bit to help it go through. Should have researched this more before I just dove in. Just still really squishy. It doesn't feel like it's going hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you're doing great.
Am I supposed to just put it, on a plate and let it go harder and then put it? It's not going to be hard. It's going to be like.
Then we need some sort of bowl type device.
Let me show you. I'll try and show you. Just open up this little thing.
And it's like baby cream or something.
It's not really like cheese yet.
You're so keen. I love you. Oh my goodness.
It doesn't taste very nice. I made it.
I love you so much, honey.
Shut up.
What?
You don't know.
I might.
So then you reckon it's supposed to stay in this little bag?
No, well, this, I don't know. You watched your video, man. Do what the video said.
She stopped. She stopped telling me what to do.
Was it buffering or something?
No, she just showed us like the way in making soap, because that was the point of this video, was to make soap from the Whey. It wasn't about how to make the perfect cheese. But it just inspired me because I've been wanting to try it for ages. See, I feel like I'm getting a more of a firmer thing, but I also feel like if I squeeze harder, it's just gonna
fall out the
fall
hole.
out. So give me a bowl, and I'm going to plop it in a bowl and let it get hard.
Bowl time.
Bowl time. Thank you.
The green bowl.
It's like a little ball, sort of.
Green
But
bowl.
see how it goes bad. Starts out good.
It's a mozzarella ball.
It's a mozzarella ball. Can the camera even see what I'm doing? Yeah, good. Oh. I'm sorry, camera.
Camera want to see what you're doing.
Sorry.
Just look at it from that side.
I'm sorry. It's still good.
It's still good.
Not that nasty.
Yeah, here's a bowl of ice cream. Bowl.
It just isn't
of ice
nothing.
cream.
So unhelpful. Oh my god.
What?
Okay. Move the good cheese. Good cheese.
Okay.
Go and move the cheese in the fridge.
So what's that then?
The what? The curd?
Because how much milk was there?
1 litre.
1 litre. And what else did you put in there?
Just the rennet tablet and some citric acid.
Alright. Bugger all.
So it's like, so far it's like almost 800
Yeah.
of just the watery side of the milk, and then I'm holding in my hands and in the bowl there the precious, as I call it.
Yeah. It's just taking all the goodness out of it, isn't it?
Not really, no, because you look at this water and it's oily, and you touch it and it's like, it's still got a lot of goodness in it, which is why it'd be so lovely in soap. It would just make the soap so creamy, and there's no way I'm going to use all of this though. That's ridiculous. I don't know, unless I get something and freeze it, you know. Could freeze it. That's all of the whey, and then we've got these little tiny bits of curd.
Cheers.
Hi guys, so I'm back again the next day, and this is my chunk of cheese. I don't have any salt with it or anything like that, so I'm going to add some of that now and hopefully work it a bit, because that's what I've read you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work it a bit. I don't know if it's going to work. I sort of feel like it's just all going to fall apart like it is, but so that you want to knead it and fold it, try to work it into a mass, and we want to put salt on it to season it. Work it together. It's very much more like a cottage cheese than an actual solid cheese, which everything that I read said that's what you would end up with your first cheese, that you wouldn't end up with, you know, like a solid cheese. But actually, as I'm working it, kneading it, it's definitely feeling like it's trying to come together as one solid mass more. So I'm just gonna put a bit more salt, a little bit more salt after this. Okay, just keep working it. And so by doing that, I'm actually getting me a solid ball here. So that's exciting. And then it said that I have to rest it for another 20 minutes or so, and then you can slice it and taste it. So I'm excited about that. I feel like it's nice. Good old salt. It tastes a lot more like cheese, because I had not put any salt in it, and that's why it was tasting really weird. And that is my cheese. Here is my final cheese. It's not very much, because I only did 1 litre of milk into cheese, so it's probably only about gosh, I don't know, 100 grams. But that is my homemade cheese. Thanks for watching, guys. Next up will be the soap making part.